My name is Margaret Ann Windsor. That's my real name. I have to use the name Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married a Childers. Uh, well, I'm trying to get this so it's not so dark. Anyway, because of the information that I put up on Facebook and YouTube and on the web, well, just because of the information, period. I live under fear, and right now, I don't doubt what they might try to do to me. Well, so many things have already been done. Uh, I've put on here about being kidnapped. I found out in '83, and usually I put up a Larry Flint endorsement for presidency, and he helped me in a congressional race because people know he was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia in '78. And I was doing a book, a medical malpractice book. I have lived in hell thinking it was the book at first. It was causing me all the problem. Larry McDonald, Congressman, Doctor, the mind control shootings. That's what I was writing about, programming people to shoot and kill, etc., etc. So now then is later, and I've been barely, if you call it, allowed to live. And I've posted on Facebook. I've had my phone stolen back Easter and just about everything destroyed. Facebook, YouTube, etc. I want to say this, I usually lay all this out, but I'm not today. I'm not feeling good and I'm scared to death. What somebody has might do to me. uh, Let me say, I usually put out all the documents, but they're up there on YouTube and Facebook. One thing I just found out, I did not know that Mark Zuckerman was the grandson of David Rockefeller, who's head of the Illuminati, the Freemasons that helped kidnap me. They control the press, the media. I mean, I think most people are under the illusion that if they post on social media, that somehow I thought it was the only media to get some truth out. Now I find out that the very people that kidnapped me and have really destroyed everything around me, their grandson is the founder, and Obama, who just recently went to England and spent a couple of nights with Elizabeth at Windsor Castle. He even had a picture taken about a rocking horse with little George. I don't know if it was a gift or what. But then, this is back now, a couple of weeks later, Obama meets Zuckerman because of false news being put on the social media. Well, you know what that means, shutting down any source of free of the true news getting out. But the fact that he met with Zuckerman, so here I am about to run for my life, I guess, if I can get out of here. I told about mind control murders. I told about my kidnapping. I didn't know about my kidnapping until '83, after I was flown out at Larry Flint's in that campaign. The Brits told me. So I'm not going to go any further because I've put all this up, and yeah, I am. I'm going to say one thing here, and I'm not going to name her. I don't have any, bad feelings about her, really. There's somebody on Facebook, and she has done so many videos, and a lot of people have interviewed her. And I know this, I believe some of the things she puts that I've read. I haven't read that much of it. But she uses the Windsor name, and she's not a Windsor. She graduated from college, so she has a studio to make her videos, etc. from. But she even uses the Windsor name, and she has no documents for it because she's not a Windsor, but she gets away with it. Now then, I'm the real Margaret Ann Windsor. My dad is Edward VIII, who married my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor, and 35 or 36. He was forced to abdicate December of 36. They're married 35 or 36. He was forced to abdicate. It was a plot to take him down with character assassination, and they did. The thing is, he didn't abdicate this woman, Wallace Simpson, the American Spy. He married Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, sister to artist George O'Keefe from Wisconsin, born in Madison, Wisconsin. Now then, you've got this global government that really came into power after they kidnapped me. I was born in 39, kidnapped in 41, because Wallace married the imposter that everybody thought was my father. And all the bad things that were done were attributed to my father when he didn't marry her. So anyway, my father had an addendum, which is a part of all this. The addendum stated, because he was forced out and it was illegal and a pack of lies, the addendum said should he have an heir, it would not disinherit the heir. The heir would be the monarch. And it went through legal channels, and it's my understanding of late that Winston Churchill helped destroy records. He helped in my kidnapping. You got David Rockefeller, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, my own uncle George Illegal Six. You've got the Kennedys. Joe Kennedy was appointed ambassador to England by Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who's another Jew. So I was kidnapped and brought over here and given another name. And I've had the birth certificates. I was put there given the name of a twin. There isn't anybody around here that doubts it anymore. They know it's true. But getting it on the mainstream media won't happen because the very people you turn it over to kidnap me. They've destroyed my life, and now then I don't know if I can even run anymore. And they've made it sound like that I've put up what's been happening to me, and it's all true, but I've put up documents with it to support it. And yet they can come out and handcuff me and haul me off. And just like they did Martha Mitchell, and just like they did Anastasia up here, the very idea that I ended up, she's a cousin of mine, and that was Anna. They killed her. They put her, her husband was Manahan, a professor at Charlottesville, at the University of Virginia. And I happened to be driving, Larry Flint furnished me a car, and I was driving through there May the 4th, I know it was, of 84, when I heard that she had died. They killed the woman. I wish I could have met her. She was the real Anastasia, and her husband, he's a professor, for God's sake. He tried to save her. He run his car through the fence. They put her in a mental hospital, for God's sake. Gave her Halidol, and she was murdered. The way they got to her husband couldn't get to her, and he's this professor, for God's sake. Someone appointed a conservatory or something, whatever you want to say, attorney that, well, someday check out his name, Preston, okay, and all this. But that's what I wanted to say. The attorney went, signed a warrant, had her locked up, and she was murdered. Plain murdered. And I even had records given to me later that were in the court in Charlottesville, given to me by the handyman that worked for them 18 years, I believe he told me. He had to look me up, found me, and had Xeroxed all this court. It's from court records. Some of her family, and maybe some of the Windsors, I doubt it, but her own family did come after she died. But you got a woman named Althea. Isn't that quaint? That's Larry Flint's wife's name's Althea. It gets really weird in it. But anyway, she ended up with, after Anastasia was murdered and they cremated her, she ended up, I believe, how could she end up with it? She had nothing to do. She was a real estate dealer. So you get where I'm going. I have been led through a life where the links and the surroundings, a lot of people got in on this that are supposed to be upstanding citizens, and they all believe in the Almighty, most of them. And they'll tell you to tell the truth. You find out in all this that people just want you dead. If they have hurt you and you try to tell about it to stop the mess, and, they will go out to get you again. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say. They killed Anastasia, and you should read the lies they put about Anna. I couldn't believe it. Poor lady was fighting for her life, already been through hell, and her name, and how dare them? They did it.